Hello and welcome to ThomasGeigerCar. Today with the next generation of the Volkswagen Passat. It has celebrated its 50th birthday last year and has stood on the top of the Volkswagen lineup ever since. Yes, I know, it had a fancy sibling called Arteon, and for a short time there was the Phaeton even above. But this car traditionally is the top model of Volkswagen and will be so for the next generation as well. Yes, we have an ID.7 as the electric successor, but Volkswagen is sticking to its tradition and sticking to the Passat. The only thing that changed when it comes to the market this summer, it will be only the station wagon. The limousine is gone. The limousine, which was mainly for the export outside Europe, is axed towards the ID.7, but the sedan will stay for the longest time. When we look at the form, the design didn't change too much because the Passat is a very traditional vehicle for very traditional and conservative customers. But the format changed quite significantly. 5 centimeters more wheelbase and 14 centimeters in length, because the Passat now shares the platform with the Skoda Superb and makes use of that size. And this increasement is mainly for the rear seat occupants and most of all for the trunk, making this car to a true competitor for cars like a Mercedes C-Class, an Audi A4 and a BMW 3 Series, because the volume brands almost have disappeared from this segment. There is no Toyota in this segment anymore, there is no Ford Mondeo anymore, and even the Opel Insignia is gone. So if you're based in a volume brand and you need lots of room without going to an SUV or a van, the Passat is the car to stick to. But now let's hop in and let's go for a ride. When it comes to the interior of the Passat, Volkswagen is following the actual design language, meaning we have the huge center screen with the slider bars down there. We have a digital cluster instrument. We have the gear lever moved from the center tunnel behind the steering wheel to make room for smartphone wireless charging, for USB-C chargers, for cup holders, and even a console down here, which is very versatile and gives you the chance to adapt it to all your storage needs, same as the whole car. But we're not talking about design only. A car is mainly for driving, so let's go for a first ride. While the ID.7 is embracing the Generation E with its all-electric drivetrain, the Passat tries to bridge the gap between the old world and the new world, meaning we have two significantly improved plug-in hybrids for all the people that want to go electric, with 204 or 265 horsepower and with a battery almost doubled in size compared to the outgoing model. Almost 20 kilowatt hours of capacity, translating into ranges of up to 100 kilometers. And with better charging speed than ever. The battery can not only charge with 11 kilowatts now on AC, no, for the first time ever, the Passat plug-in hybrid can also charge DC with at least 50 kilowatts, making the stop at the charger a very quick one, opting for espresso instead of latte macchiato. But on the other hand, Volkswagen is pleasing the traditional customers with TSI engines, so pure petrol turbo engines, and most of all with TDI engines. The range is from 136 to 272 horsepower, and especially the diesel really fits to the Passat. Yes, diesel might seem to be a bit out of time and has a kind of au goût since the diesel scandal, but seeing the range up to 1000 kilometers on your digital cluster instrument is something you don't see very often anymore in the time of electric vehicles. So that is a real benefit. And the other thing is you have just a lot of torque, making the drive very easy and very controlled. And if you have to accelerate and to overtake, it's just a punch of your pedal and you go. So for me, I'm really happy that Volkswagen is sticking to the diesel in the Passat. because this is the long Autobahn cruiser and it's perfect fit for a car like the Passat. Yes, with 4.92 meters in length, the Passat is almost upper class and it's a huge vehicle, but it is so for one main purpose, and that is the trunk. 690 liters of trunk space, even with the rear seat up. That's just a tremendous amount of luggage that you can haul into the car. And if you fold the rear seats down, it's 1920 liters, making it almost a truck for moving from one apartment to the other. So there's almost nothing that you might have to carry that the Passat can't bear. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Volkswagen Passat, a car that inherited everything Volkswagen has learned in the last 50 years. Yes, it might not be the most sexy, the most attractive vehicle on the market. It does not have the sex appeal of an SUV and not the fanciness of an electric ID.7. But it is a reliable partner, and the moment you sit in it, you really fall in love with it and you can just rely on it like a good friend and a fellow companion. And that's really great that Volkswagen has stuck to this segment while all the other volume brands are leaving. I'm pretty sure this makes the car unique and gives him a good chance to survive another 1 or even 2 generations. Thank you, Shishye, Thaitien, and goodbye.